So Iran is warning any attack on the region would lead to war as the US heightens its military assets in the Middle East. Trump, of course, is claiming that he wants a deal on this. Joining me live is Sky News US analyst Michael Ware. Thank you for your time this morning, as always, Michael. What do you make of the situation?
Look, this is a fascinating and extraordinarily dangerous and precarious time in the Middle East. Look, there's no question right now Iran is on the back foot in a way it has not been since the theocracy took power in 1979. It's being eroded from without and from within. We saw the 12-day war last June that had a significant impact on its nuclear weapons capability, but we're seeing these protests within. Its population is angry. The problem is that's not enough because, look, unless you've been to Tehran, unless you've personally dealt with the Revolutionary Guard Corps or its Quds Force, you'll never understand to look into their eyes how serious these people are. Look, the protests are real. They're across the country and they reflect the true feeling of the Iranians. The problem is that nothing will change as it stands because the Iranian security infrastructure is still very much in place and in control. And secondly, no matter what armadas we put into the Persian Gulf, we know that the Abraham Lincoln Strike Group, aircraft carrier strike group, is already there. There's rumors the George H.W. Bush aircraft carrier strike group is heading there. There's no way for us to bomb this regime out of existence. Something has to happen inside Iran for regime change. Ideally, little known fact, Iran is the only country on the world with two armies, navies, and air forces. There's the Iranian army to defend the country and the Revolutionary Guard to defend the revolution. What we need right now is change within the country. For example, the army to rise up and turn on the regime. We see little sign of that. So I repeat, we can't bomb our way out of this because Iran is structured in such a way, its geography is such that it's impossible for a ground invasion. But my friends who are advising President Trump are very hawkish. In fact, 10 minutes ago, one of them just said to me, don't rule out a Maduro kind of operation, which refers to the capture of the Venezuelan president. I find that hard to believe, but that's where their heads are.
Wow, that's huge. What else did they say? Did they give you any sort of timeline or any other info you can share with us on that?
That I can share? No. But put it this way, the target package is increasing by the minute, And there are assets overhead Iran as we speak, gathering more and more of the information that we need. That much I can tell you. And I was told that 10 minutes ago.